Good morning, everyone. This is your Hall of Famer, Director Marlon Green, urging you to stay positive in a world that's mostly negative. The mainstream media is mostly negative. You have alternatives to watch now. Okay. What's in the news? It's going to be a long recovery. Hurricanes Irma and Harvey has left Texas and Florida battered with damage into the billions. When it comes to Hillary Clinton, no one wants to hear about her mistakes, and no one wants to hear about her election failures. It is mental cruelty to keep force feeding bureaucrats that are no good for us. So we are challenging the legitimacy of Hillary Clinton's claims, and we denounce all deals made by Nancy Pelosi. And here's why. The Democrats have been setting us up for failure for decades. There are many Jews in positions that African Americans are in, and there are many Muslim positions that African Americans should be in. And there are many Spanish positions that African Americans should be in. But how the flushing works in capitalist American society, the parasitic leeching of the next generation has to stop. Because what's going on is Washington has the same old problems because they keep hiring the same old people. Let me give you an example. The Black Congressional Caucus is supposed to be looking out for African American interests. They have not spoken out against the Ku Klux Klan, the skinheads, nor the white supremacists, but they have been in position for decades. This is intolerable because the previous generation could not get anything done, and so they want to reprogram the next generation, the hip hop generation, the millennial generation, to be like them so that they can get off the hook and hold us back at the same time. Professor Stephen Hawking has lost a lot of credibility siding with the New World Order because it is they who are really holding the world back and the galactic community from introducing themselves formally to the Earth's population. Our leaders are idiots, and they're going to have to charge and change and select one. They cannot serve two masters. When the Republican Party changed that or turned that star upside down, they revert right back to the bullshit. And do not be confused about these KKK members that are really Luciferians that are taught to use the Bible to confuse Christians. America is spiritually unintelligent, and Beyonce now has the duty of raising money for Houston, and she still will be held accountable for that activist movement that she pulled in New Orleans with the Hurricane Katrina slash police slash Black Panther movement. That shit was a disaster, even though she made 300 million and her and her husband has hit the billionaire mark. Well, let me tell you something, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Y'all sold out a lot of the hip hop generation to get to that billion. And from now on, no one's going to be silent, especially from paratroopers like me that are way more talented in the mainstream media. The goats and the Illuminati is using y'all niggas to forward y'all agenda through their Luciferian objectives. That shit is over. We are challenging. Don't bring up Puffy name because Puffy is just in it for himself. He's gay. he served more to white folks than he served his own black folks. This hiring of black folks is really a front for him because the Democratic leaders have pushed him up to this and pushed him in the forefront, giving them guys special treatment. Not anymore. We don't want to hear any excuses about election failures from her. The Attorney General should be listening and be looking out for those 33,000 emails that were deleted. And we saw with our own eyes that the Saudis colluded with her on television, and we're not trying to hear that shit. I'm glad they stopped blaming Muslims on 911 because everyone knows who brought down those towers. American leadership acts like they are superior, but they let Israel bomb the USS Liberty, let the Queen of England send them on a roundy daisy or a wild goose chase after spirituality that you all have that they are willing to give up their riches for. Because they've been spending most of their time gathering up riches, exploiting people, and have not been given back. And this is why we must attack spiritually, morally, historically, consistently to bring these folks down. Because they think that abusing the people that elected to put them in office is fashionable when it's not. Okay? The main people that they should be blaming is the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party main goal was to humanize her from a dehumanized position. Democrats whose main goal was to humanize Hillary, but at the same time widespread police brutality and mass incarceration is in full effect. We don't need her. Attorney Jeff Sessions should be looking for those 33,000 emails, that news clip with her and the Saudis coming on international television, and to track her finances that disappeared from Haiti and track the transactions of arms sales to ISIS. That's what y'all need to be looking at. And as far as we're concerned, we are cool with the Asians because they're not the ones showing us racism. The KKKs, the supremacists, and the skinheads are racist, real racist. I don't think the iPhone Apple is worth $1,000 just for face recognition and wireless charging. What they should be worried about is end-to-end encryption services and update the new operating system to handle these new encryption technologies. Because these intelligence agencies are designed to steal business ideas through the intelligence community and come up with business solutions before you do. It's going to be a long recovery because Hurricane Harvey and Irma has hammered Texas and Florida and some parts of Georgia. And also, I agree with Jerry Jones trying to keep a limited lid on the Ezekiel Elliott suspension, because the NFL has been raising stakes because they have had 3 consecutive less attendances and they need drama to boost their ratings. So don't take a lot of this stuff too serious, and the NFL is not really a network to look up for its equal opportunity, because they exploit us with these media frenzies. And don't try to blame us on y'all mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with Ted Cruz liking porno on television. But that does not mean that we can just pay attention to bullshit and not get anything done. That is insignificant news telling us about Ted Cruz liking a porno when most women in America are unromantic and act like porno stars. This is the norm these days. So don't try to act like it's such a surprise when many of you put the content up there for us to watch and try to blame us, and y'all always baiting us for something. Why don't y'all help us out more instead of complaining? And this is your hottest, most handsome director in the galaxy everyone loves to hate, Director of Photography, Marlon Green, urging you to stay positive because we have alternatives now.